in our character, it looks weird. He's not really rotating. That's just simply the way that the third person template uses its character compared to the way a default character works. And I'll show you a quick way of actually correcting this if you want. If we go into the third person blueprint, third person character, we have the third person character. The camera boom or the spring arm, the third person character, and the character movement component. Those all contain how the camera input and everything reacts together. Now, if you don't know what you need to change, there's a pretty simple way of comparing two things together. Let's go to the character itself here on our third person character. In our details panel, we're going to go to show only modified properties. Obviously, something's different between this one and ours. So use controller rotation yaw is unchecked. This means it's not default. If we go to our character, my character, use controller rotation yaw, we can uncheck that. We have a third person character again. We'll go to the camera boom. You'll notice use pawn control rotation is checked. Go to my character, spring arm, find use pawn control rotation. That's checked. Go back to third person character, go to the character movement, and you can look through here. Jumping, air control, movement capabilities for navigation. Oh, character movement rotation settings. Here's an orient rotation to movement checkbox. Bet you that's not checked on here. And we can, of course, look for it really quickly. We'll look for orient, and here's orient rotation to movement. We'll check it. We'll save our character and test this again. Now you notice I can move my mouse around properly. My character rotates like we expect. He's walking. We can move our camera. And we've mimicked that third person default template. And that's just a quick and easy way to do that in case you were like, why is it not working? Well, we were focusing more on the animation, but I figured I'd throw that in. So at this point, we've looked at a few of the animation systems. We've looked at their assets, which are used for animation side of Unreal Engine, and we've walked through setup of those systems, creating a basic character. We started by looking at animation sequence, which is the backbone of the animation system, and we worked our way up to the animation graph, which gives us control over how those animations are presented to us. Some additional systems that might be of interest to you to look at next would be the animation notify system. It lets your animations trigger events during playback, such as maybe when a sword swing should deal damage to an opponent. If you take some time and look at the montage system, you'll learn how to string together animation sequences into one asset. It can give you a lot more control over playback. A more advanced setup in your animation blueprint might consist of using nodes that allow blending between bones or layers. So you could use one animation or one animation graph or one locomotion system for the lower half, like I mentioned before, another maybe to adjust the top for aiming. This was just a brief introduction to the systems available to you in Unreal Engine for animation. If you'd like to learn more, I'd suggest starting with the Unreal Engine documentation site in the Animation System Overview section, as well as checking out the Unreal Online Learning website.